Somebody big just died. A Canadian singer, songwriter, internationally well-known, Gordon Lightfoot, is dead at the age of 84, and here to memorialize him is Mike North. Mike, how are you?
Here we go again. I mean, you know, we're like the plumbers of death. You're going to need a plumber eventually, and you're going to need us for the legacy of Gordon Lightfoot. He's going to be covered extensively today, and I see the coverage. It's pretty fair, but we're here to tell both sides of the story. First of all, to break in and to have a top 40 type of song when you're a folk singer is basically running a race, okay, against the greats and winning at times. What tale my thoughts could tell. Even if it looks like it's like the donkey winning the Kentucky Derby. They say nobody will ever do it. To be a folk singer and to have a crossover career and to make folk music, and they put folk rock in to dress it up. It was folk music. You're allowed to like it. It wasn't big in Eldo's neighborhood. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm sorry you spit out your coffee.
You're absolutely right. It was not big in my neighborhood.
I mean, Eldo, seriously, when the gang was out in front and Eldo and his friends were dodging stuff, the one last thing they said before we, you know, maybe get our butt kicked in the alley is, I don't want him to steal my money because I'm buying a Gordon Lightfoot record. Okay?
That's right.
And that goes for my joke that I always told my black buddies. You know, the ones that say they're open-minded. I'd say, listen, we're going to go down to the record store on 67th, whatever. I won't name it. And we'll get a Streisand record, a Barbara Streisand record for a gift for the mother. What do you think? No. But every so often, Streisand makes a song, Stony End. Okay? Streisand hooks up with the Bee Gees. Okay? And the next thing you know, she's relevant. Dionne Warwick, who was a really staple. I don't want to compare any of them, but even Jimmy Buffett, who I can't stand. He did Come Monday. It's one of my favorite songs. You don't have to be in love with anybody to like a song that helped change you. Carefree Highway is one of my top 10 songs of all time for me personally. Picking up the pieces of my sweet shattered dreams. I wonder where the old folks are tonight. I could sing the whole song. And I could sing it with the picking up the pieces of my sweet shattered dreams. You know? And everybody knows the song. But don't tell me to go see him in concert because I'll cut my throat. You think I want to hear him sing Edmund Fitzgerald? Do you think I didn't paint the channel when the wreck of the? I want to hear about a tragedy. Yeah, we'll play it at our wedding. But there were a cult of people that he built in and liked his music. I admire him because he wrote his own stuff. He wrote about his own experiences. See, Eldo said to me, because he knew why I started this, he prepares for everything. But he told me straight up, You know what, Mike? I'm going to be straight up with you. He wasn't the biggest thing going at the time, you know?
Not in my life, yeah.
No, not. And you know what? Here's a guy who was brought up on Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, you know? But for what he achieved in that market with a very small audience, and to become internationally known, like Aldo said, when you think of somebody big, you don't think of somebody big just because you like them. The fair thing that Aldo and I did from the very beginning is, regardless of whether it's Robert Blake and half of you can't stand him, we know he was prevalent. So I know about Gordon Lightfoot. He changed me with that song, okay? And then I started listening to more of his music, and he has another one which basically you can interpret 10 different ways. The Circle is Small. And it's basically about, and Aldo and I have been in I think, the most ruthless business in the world, okay? The media business, okay? Then you can go with the gangsters and all the other stuff, okay? And we get it, okay? But it's still a ruthless business. And the bottom line is, to last and to persevere, you're always going to have some outsiders come in. And the circle is small, and my interpretation is you should have kept it small to begin with. The reason somebody big just died here is because of Cumberland Chapels and because of our sponsors, Pennyville Station. Cumberland Chapels look, cremation is big now. At one time, cremation wasn't the biggest thing. The 3-day wakes, you can have it if you want. But now, you know, some wakes are 3 hours, some wakes are 1 day. Some people just have private ceremony. Some people want the whole world to come. But when you want to decide that, it's like my mother. She said, you know what? For her party, I threw a special party for her. Okay? It was for her 90th. And she said, I don't have many people. And I said, well, how many people do you have for your party that we're going to have? Which I held at the White Eagle. She goes, I'll just have a few. I'll get you. There was 170 on her list. She's the one that says, I don't have anybody. There was 170. I don't have anybody's with her. And we enjoy it. That's how it is. You want to be prepared for the small crowd, maybe. And then they'll tell you, you're going to get more. They'll advise you on everything. They make you feel comfortable. And they understand that death, okay, is momentary, and good memories about how death was handled is in the memory box. That's why they're an automatic. Cumberland Chapels should be more known because they take your death as a personal thing. But they will make you feel like, hey, we're part of the family, so we can, you know, be very matter of fact. They're very official, but very matter of fact. And then, Pennyville Station. All I know is this. Tino Antonacci, who's been my friend forever and has seen everything and anything, from Rush Street, I'm bringing the restaurant business into Edison Park. And he doesn't get enough credit because now Edison Park is like Wrigleyville without the stadium. Okay? And the guy that was a pioneer over there, and we brought the TV show over there for 2-3 years on WBBM, won Emmys and everything, was Tino Antonacci.
And don't forget, they are open from 11 to 9 p.m. on most weekdays, on Saturdays, Sundays. They are open at 10 a.m. and they offer an absolute fabulous menu.
And for people that want to see any of our past shows, that they would not be possible without these two wonderful things here, and Aldo, and my wife, Bibi, who's as sharp as a tack. Then, you know, there'd be no show. This is catching on because people just want more information. So that's it. I mean, the obligation to the sponsors. Thank God that's over with because... ahead, my friend.
I was just going to say regarding Gordon Lightfoot, yes, I did not grow up listening to Gordon Lightfoot. That was the type of music that you had to listen to all alone in your home because the kids in the rest of the neighborhood would make fun of you saying, well, why do you listen to that? Right. But he was indeed a very interesting songwriter. I mean, you mentioned the song that he wrote about a famous shipwreck, and he would write songs about a whale, and he would write songs about all sorts of things that were different. And he really came to be known for his lyrics and storytelling and that baritone voice. He really had a tremendous impact on musicians all around the world. And his songs have been recorded by artists such as Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams Jr., Jerry Lee Lewis, Neil Young, Harry Belafonte, who recently just passed and we covered, Olivia Newton-John, who recently just passed, Jim Croce, a long, long list of international stars have recorded music that he has written. Today, the tributes have been coming in. Yes, Bob Dylan. Tributes have been coming in from Justin Trudeau, Stephen King.
I know why. And for look, I don't care about the politics. Justin Trudeau's guy, he's the Canadian Prime Minister. That's an honor.
The actor Kiefer Sutherland writes, the world lost one of its great storytellers yesterday. Canada lost part of itself, and I lost a hero. Gordon Lightfoot, may you rest in peace. And Stephen King, the horror author, writer, he tweeted out, Gordon Lightfoot has died. He was a great songwriter and a wonderful performer. Sundown, you better take care if I catch you creeping round my back stairs. And of course, that's a lyric that Stephen King would definitely love.
Yeah.
But
I want him to write another book quickly.
Yeah, you got a great big Stephen King collection of books in your home. Right?
I like Fraser Thomas right behind the J Lounge. That's an inside Chicago joke for me and Elvis. But I'll tell you what, the thing that, what he started, the thing that bothered me is I looked him up and started playing his music. I play music every night for about an hour, different things from Elvis Presley to one-hit wonders like the Edison Lighthouse, all by myself. I once told Eric Carmen right to his face, if I was going to kill myself, that would be the song I would use. Yet, have you heard any of that? He goes, you want to know something, Mike? Now that you bring that up, I could see that. But nobody ever brought it up. It's about the interpretation. Or if you like somebody. Look, like I just said, he had a couple songs I loved. You don't have to love the whole catalog, right. I mean, go to the Four Seasons. I don't care what Ricky Martin, Viva La Loca thing. I could play that all night long, like Lionel Richie. I love Lionel Richie. Okay, some of his chick songs. So I don't care. Barry Manilow. I know that guy. Hey, no way, man, did I ever listen to Barry Manilow. And you didn't listen to the Carpenters. You didn't listen to that. You're just, when they came on with your parents or with your mom, you just shut them off. You didn't hear them. That's what Aldo was talking about. And Gordon Lightfoot was one of those guys. He was with United Artists Reprise, Warner Brothers. Also, he was active from 58 to just yesterday when he went on the proverbial permanent tour suspension list. Yes. And he'll be designed to wherever God is steering him. God bless Gordon Lightfoot, who died at the age of 84. And it's everybody's loss. He did some good stuff.
He really did. And one of the amazing things that I read about him is that he really had no major controversies in his life. And there was a documentary on his life made, Gordon Lightfoot, If You Could Read My Mind. And after the movie was released, he was asked about it. He goes, well, it really bothers me that no one had anything negative to say about me. And so, he was a bit Teflon. Now you're waving your hands. Do you have some dirt on Gordon Lightfoot?
Oh my God, he had some issues. Okay, he had 3 marriages. Okay.
That's not a crime.
No. There's no crime in being married 5 times. I know a guy that did that. Okay. And the great Wally Phillips was married to the same woman 3 times, which makes him a wacko. But but he was so good at what he did. Okay, so he also had illnesses, which is not a controversy. He had abdominal stomach problems.
He had an aneurysm, I believe it was his first stomach issue. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? He underwent. He was in a coma for 6 weeks, so it wasn't controversial. But he knows when he writes his music, it's about him, and The Circle is Small was about betrayal. And when he says, you would have thought they would have decided something negative. If you know anything about the guy, he's just like every other man. And he wore his heart on his sleeve and in his music. And he wrote off his own experiences.
The early morning rain with a dollar in my hand, with an aching in my heart, and my pockets full of sand.
That's what he was trying to say. That even nobody wants Jake LaMotta's biography, okay? But nobody wants the homogenized Beach Boys biography, you know?
All right, right.
The dad's just mad about them because they want to leave. There was much deeper roots, and there's other biographies that you can see on TV that are different, so I see the point.
Yeah, indeed. Well, to Gordon Lightfoot's family, we offer our condolences and our best wishes. And Mike, any final words about Gordon Lightfoot before we leave?
Thank you, Gordon, for your great work and some of your inspirational music.
Yeah, I wish I had a Canadian flag. That
and by the way,
Canadian.
You look like Wild Bill Hickok at the
end. If you want to check out some of our previous Somebody Big Just Died, just go over to the Barroom Network's YouTube channel, and under the playlist, Somebody Big Just Died, you will see all of our titles. Until next time, for Mike North, I'm Aldo Gandia. Goodbye.